Hello, hello. Hi. Oh, I forgot to change. Wait a second. Hi. Isn't that much better? Hello. Hi. I'm sorry. That was kind of stupid of me. I forgot to change the video tube thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so right, we're going to do another poetry stream today. Why? Because we didn't finish the ones from the last poetry stream we did because my keyboard was malfunctioning majorly. And yes, you should go and watch that stream so you can see what me and my keyboard get up to, you know? Because we had like an angsty hate-love relationship sort of dynamic going on in that stream. And it was quite fun. So you should go and check it out. You know? Hi, Lore. I just saw the chat. Oh my god. I was trying to adjust stuff. But okay. So, we have the same prompts. But if anybody gives me new prompts, I don't mind, like, just doing those as well. So, yeah. Take it as you will. We can do the old prompts and the new prompts. We can have it all. Also, the lizard in my room is here to say hi. Like, it always shows up while I'm streaming. I don't know what to think, frankly. Like, it just is so dedicated to my craft. Is it not? Like, it always shows up while I'm streaming. It's so weird. Okay. Oh well. Hey, that's really, the lizard isn't gonna get to me, but it seems like a different lizard, not gonna lie. Doesn't seem like the same lizard. Did the lizard that came before give birth to babies and die? I don't know. I have no idea, actually. Today was also another great day. So I woke up so well rested because I'd immediately passed out after yesterday's stream. Not like immediately, it was like an hour later. I ate something and then I fell asleep at like 6:30 in the evening, and then woke up at like about 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm not even sure what time it was when I woke up. But I woke up so gloriously. Like, it was amazing how nicely I woke up. It was actually kind of surprising how I've been getting such decent sleep the last few days. So I don't know if I said this, but I wasn't having good sleep before this. Like, for a while, my sleep was all very disturbed and I'd have no idea why. But it doesn't matter because we're back to sleeping well, back to sleeping an appropriate amount, and most importantly, back to being well rested and actually being awake in the day. But yes, I slept fantastically, thank you very much. And then I woke up and then I got and found a new book to read, and I read almost all of the updated chapters in the span of like 3 hours and enjoyed myself so thoroughly that I'm gonna right now talk about this book before I start writing poetry, because like, oh my god, was it so very funny. Now I actually saved this book a while back thinking I'm gonna get around to reading it at some point, but I'd saved it thinking it had BL. Like, I was fully prepared to see BL, but in fact there is no BL. It's basically a no pairing book, and it's just like slice of life, very comedy oriented. Wait a second, I need to like actually look up the name because I don't remember the name. And you'll be like, hey Mew, why don't you remember the name? It's because, yeah, it's called Living Leisurely in Tang Dynasty. If you haven't read it, actually just go and read it. It's actually really cute. Like, it's just about this kid and a prince, obviously, who gets a system but never really uses it, so to speak. and ends up like just living happily. That's it. That's the premise of the whole book. It's just he has a system. I was looking for books specifically that had like systems in them, so I could read something like system oriented. I found this and I was like, well, I'm interested enough to look over it, and then I read almost, like, no, not almost, all of the updated chapters immediately. So you can imagine it must be decent, right? Because I was captivated. But it's also really hilarious. Like, the comedy undertone, like, not the comedy undertone, it's like straight up in your face comedy, and it's really funny. I really enjoy reading comedy. I know, right? It sounds so chill. Because it's genuinely just like very slice of life, very like chill, take, like stay here, have fun, leave whenever you want. The comedy is, yes, I specifically like comedy that one has themes that are understandable within the context of the story itself, but more importantly that they're well placed. Like if it's comedy that like gags that just make no sense but they're there, like they might be really funny gags, but if they don't fit in the context of whatever's happening at that moment, like to me it becomes less funny. And might I just add, the comedy in this book, fantastic. The gags all well placed, like the context that each gag is placed in, and like obviously good comedy in books is like very reliant on having the same undertones to the comedy. Like if there's like a repeated gag, it has to still be placed repeatedly, but like in well intentioned places that makes it more comedic instead of like just overused. I think this book does this really well. And the only other book that I've seen like that does this specific gag, like repeated gag well, is Cultivator Chat Group or Cultivation Chat Group. I talked about this book before, and it's called Cultivation Chat Group. At least I didn't forget the name of that book. Hey, because I've been reading it for a while now. But yeah, oh my god, like I swear, Laura, I think you'll enjoy reading it. Like, I know we share a lot of the same tastes. And, like, right now, my choice of poison is Slice of Life. And so you should read it. Just so I can just tell everybody how much I like it. I don't usually end up giving recommendations in our server because I'm, like, lazy about it. I just tell people you should read this book. Why? Because I found it great. So... yeah, it's the Cultivation Chat Group. I adore the comedy. I don't even care that much about the story, honestly. I'm kind of like amassing a good chunk of chapters so I can binge read a bit before like going back to reading one chapter a day because I'm eagerly awaiting the next one. I feel like you should reread it if you don't remember much of the book itself, because like I still think like the comedy is really well placed. The gags are like actually like so good. I enjoy the gags of if it's a good comedy, I'm gonna enjoy the book even more. Plus like the book I'm talking about right now, Living Leisurely in Tang Dynasty, it's like really chill. Like there's literally nothing else. Like it's all like chill vibes. Like there's a few moments where there's a little bit, like I'm saying like the littlest bit of tension, but mostly it's all super chill. Wow. You reread it 5 times? Yeah, it hasn't finished updating still, and I don't know when it's gonna finish, but like, I have patience for this. I will wait, but patiently, you know? But yeah, it's very chill book. Plus it has 94 chapters already, and it only has like 200 or something. I'm talking about Living Leisurely in Tang Dynasty. I relate to you so much, Lore. Like, I read really fast, so I go through the updates that I get really fast. Yeah, it's not that long when you think about it. Like, if it only takes 3 days, and like, if you're reading like 1,000 chapters every single day, that's like very short, honestly. Like, it's so easy to finish. I know, right? The chapters are so freaking short, but like they're so good. Like I I can't stop talking about the well-placed comedy, because the gags are really well intentioned. Like they're placed so intentionally. You can appreciate the comedy because it's so intentional. Like, I don't know how else to explain it except for like they're really well placed, and like they're also really 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 well written. Like few ah you're so cute, you're so adorable. I I still cry in books, but like not often in comedy books, like that are like comedy oriented. But yeah, that is my book rack of the day, I suppose. Not really, because like that was the one book I was reading in the morning, and I didn't end up reading anything else because I got occupied trying to finish my rig. And then I was like almost okay. So I finished my rig, right? And I was like celebrating. Then I was like, I forgot my halo because I'd hidden it while I was trying to like deal with the rest of my rig. And then I forgot about it completely. And then I unhid it. And then I was like, okay, now I have no idea how to rig the halo. You're so adorable because like I love that you're so sentimental. Like I don't have that much sentimental feelings in my heart. Just I low-key envy you for being able to cry that much, because it like I trained myself to start crying at some points. Like I'm like, okay, I feel like I should cry now, and so I'll start crying because it seems appropriate. It is quite very difficult to cry. You know, it is really quite difficult to cry in life. But hey, if you're better at it than me, you're already doing way better. I still schedule my cry times. I still go like, okay, tonight I'm gonna sit down, read something sad and cry. So, yeah. Okay, for real though, we should actually get to the poetry, even though I want to keep talking about books. But I also want to finish. I used to cry every day in school too, you know? Oh my god, I used to cry every day up until grade 5. Up until 5th grade, like I used to cry every day while coming back home from school. Not because I was sad because I was leaving school, but I was so sad because school was terrible. So yeah. But yes. You're so adorable. Like I had such a hard time crying when like sad stuff was happening around me, that like right now I still schedule. Like I'm telling you, I literally schedule when I'm gonna cry. Like it's gonna be like I feel like I'm sad today, so today is gonna be a designated crying day. So I'll go and find like a bunch of angst to read. So like either angsty books or fanfics or something like that, and then I'll sit down at night and I'll start reading them, and then I'll cry. Like I'll be like, I'm feeling so much better now. But like it's a good way to train yourself that it's okay to cry, you know, even if it's in front of people. I'm way better at crying than I was a year ago, for sure. So like I'm very proud of myself, even though like it sounds ridiculous. It works, you guys. Okay, for reals though, seriously, let's go to poetry. I don't remember what prompts we had left, so we're gonna go through them together. Right, we had 4 prompts from Soleil, and we had 4 prompts from Uni, and we had 1 from you, Lore. So hey, that's a lot of prompts. That's like 9 prompts, and we finished like 2 prompts. Oh wait, we only finished 2 prompts? Huh. Okay, so yeah, you can. Go ahead. I don't mind at all. Send me all the prompts you want to send. I love that Google autocorrects me. It's like, you're wrong here. And I'm like, well, I don't actually care. I don't remember this happening, but hey. Yeah, look at this. Okay. You can send me 1 more prompt, by the way. Okay. Going through the prompts, there's like 3 from Uni, 3 from Soleil, and 2. Yeah. Did we not finish the sleepy one? I don't remember what we did, frankly. Because, again, like, I have really terrible memory. My brain is like scrambled at all times. And so I remember finishing way more than 2 prompts. Like, I was like, I'm sure we finished at least 3. And I come and check this and I'm like, this is not 3. So I don't trust my memories at all. Even if I remember shit, I'll just say I don't remember, because I can't guarantee if it's true or not. Like, I can only guarantee that it's true somewhere in some universe, you know? But yeah, let's just go through them properly. So we have 0 hours. Don't know what we're gonna do with that, but I'm sure we can do something. And we have sugar honey iced tea. It'll be really interesting to write a poem inspired from like this prompt specifically. I don't know why, but the fact that it's called sugar honey iced tea, like, are you gonna write about iced tea or are you gonna write about sugar and honey? And if you think about writing all of them, like, what are you writing about your experiences or like the way it tastes, or some like memory related to sugar honey iced tea specifically? Ooh, okay. Cuddling with the blood moon. Blood moon. I saw this, like, I don't know why I'm suddenly talking about this, but I saw this like clip of Priyanka Chopra talking in like some interview, and she was like, my accent changes every single time, like, you know, quite fast. And I agree with her. My accent does that as well. I don't even know what accent I have. Sometimes people say it's like distinctly Indian, and then other times, like recently, somebody said, like, what's that accent you have? You went outside of the country I'm living in for like a few years, and you change your accent completely. Not even a few years, it was only a few months, but they were like, oh my god, why are you speaking in accent? And I was like, well, I don't know. Wow. Okay, you know what, Lor, you have inspired me. You have truly inspired me. Sugar honey iced tea as a euphemism for shit. Every single time I've tried to not use the word shit, I usually end up saying shiitake mushrooms for some reason. Like, I have this vivid memory of waking up. My parents were out of town this like one fine like weekend, and I had to go to school and my sister had to go to school, right? And I remember vividly waking up like this. Like, I woke up, I like shot up from the bed, my eyes were open, and I just went shit, and like took like a second of a pause and then said shiitake mushrooms. And then I checked the time and it was 8 a.m. and I had to be at school in like half an hour. By that, I also mean that the school bus was coming to pick us up in like 15 minutes exactly. So somehow I managed to dress myself and my sister up, and we both went to school. And that is my one really strong memory related to the word shit. Like, I just remember waking up, like, you know, like how you have like those people in horror movies that like sort of wake up in like with a start, and they're just like, huh? And I was literally just like, huh? And I just went shiitake mushrooms. I thought I missed school that day, but fortunately the bus hadn't left us behind and we had just enough time to get ready and leave. I don't remember anything else about that day, only that specific incident that I end up relating with the word shit. Every single time I say the word shit, I always think of that incident. So now, just because I don't think like it's a good idea to write a whole... You know what? Okay, fine. We're just gonna start. Woke up with a start. Shiitake mushrooms, rooms apart, bathrooms occupied, time doesn't last. I don't know what I'm writing about, but hey, it's something, right? Did I just misspell shiitake mushrooms? I did misspell shiitake mushrooms. Wow. I'm gonna write bathrooms without an apostrophe because... Oh no, I did not misspell shiitake mushrooms. Okay. Wow. I don't know what else to go with. Sugar, honey, iced tea. I feel like writing a song that's named Sugar, Honey, Iced Tea. Not gonna lie. It's like gonna be in like... I don't know what it's gonna sound like. But hey, it can exist. Woke up with a start. Shiitake mushrooms, rooms apart. Bathrooms occupied, time doesn't last. Sugar, honey, iced tea. It's a... Oh, jeez. It's a... Wow, unrecognized word. Wow. What? Okay, whatever. It's a euphemism you see. Huh. You really do inspire me a lot, Lore. You really do. You are one person I can count on to give like the best words. Like unintentionally, your words inspire me, which is amazing. I feel like if I see you, I feel more motivated in life, which is amazing. You are amazing, Lore. Truly. Wow. I think that you could probably like end the whole poem there. Like if all of the poems I wrote end up in like a poetry book and like had to be analyzed by people. I'm so glad you're here, and it's not even about you that you're like helpful, but it's just that your presence is amazing. You're just so sweet. You're just so fun. It's amazing. You're amazing. I've said this before. I just said this literally like 2 seconds ago, but like I repeated the same thing I said. Like, how does anybody actually not like just laugh at me for the fact that I repeat the same things I say like hundreds of times? Like the exact same things. It's so weird. It really is. Okay. I feel like we could probably end the poem here and it would be fine. Because it's still really like, it's short and sweet, but it works so hard. Like it like conveys the intention. Does it convey the intention? Because like I feel it does. Does this make you feel like a sense of urgency, but also like I made a mistake? Like, you know, I don't have enough time, so like I'm saying shit. Cause like less made a mistake and more like I need to finish this, you know? I feel like it's really doing something, and I feel like I want to leave it here. So we're gonna leave it here. Huh. Okay, so the next prompt. You can see it. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. That made me feel better. Thank you, Lore. Somebody ended up analyzing my poetry like the way you would with like William Wordsworth and stuff. Like, how do you think they would analyze this? Because, like, you know, you have, like, in the analysis for these poems, you have, like, some sort of, like, where, like, what they were inspired by or what the story behind this poem is. And they're just gonna be like, okay, so Mew just, yeah, this is just, like, it's just about her, like, being late. Potentially being late. And that's it. And then they'll be like, yeah, but like, see, her friend Lorelor gave her an inspiration to write about how sugar honey iced tea can be a euphemism, and it was for Lorelor, but not for Mew, because Mew never heard of it before. But she did now. She knows now. Hey. She knows now. And isn't that fantastic? Isn't that wonderful that I now know that it can be a euphemism? I don't know how I never, like, I mean, like, okay, to be fair though, like, cultures are different, so like this never was a euphemism in my case, because sugar honey iced tea isn't something you usually see around here. It's only recently more popular. I think it is time to move on to the next prompt. I don't know if I want to do unis first or I want to do Lorelor's first. I mean, like, I know, right? Like, I sometimes play with the idea of writing an autobiography, but like, I have very jangled and jumbled up memories of like things that may or may not have happened, that like a lot of the times I don't have any confirmation of whether I remember something and if it actually happened. That's not saying that I made it up, but it's more like I completely and 100% believe that it happened in different universe and I just have knowledge of it, and it messed with my memories of like my life. Like, I went around telling a lot of people that I had very long hair when I was really young. And there was once where my mom had me got it, you know, like she took me to the salon and had me got it cut shorter. And my mom was like, you never had long hairs when you were a child. Like, what are you talking about? Because, like, genuinely, I did not have long hair when I was a child. But I have vivid memories of, like, literally sobbing because my mom cut my hair off. She was like, you can't have long hair when you're so young. And I was like just sobbing everywhere. And I told so many people about it. And then my mom just was like, you didn't have long hair when you were a child. What are you talking about? And I was just like, I cannot trust my own memories anymore. And it happened really recently as well. Because I was trying really hard to find this game I'd played as like a teenager, like when I was 12, 13, 14 or something, and it didn't exist in this universe. It doesn't exist. Like, I tried so hard. Like, I went and scoured all over the internet trying to find this game, and I was like, it must be there. Like, right, I remember playing it so hard. Like, I remember playing it so much. I was obsessed with it for like the period of like a year and a half. At least a significant enough time that it made like a huge impact to my brain. But it doesn't exist in this universe. Like, it just doesn't. Like, it's not a thing. It's nowhere. And it's like a big brand name game as well. Like, it was a Barbie game that I was looking for, and it just didn't exist. And I was just like, I cannot trust my brain. I'm being bamboozled constantly. My brain is always trying to be mean to me. And that's why I can't trust my own memories, because I have no idea what I'm like, if the memories I have are memories of like something actually, like that thing actually happening in my current universe life, like in my reality, or if it just was somewhere else and I have memories of it. That's it. That's why I have a bunch of like, you know what? I should probably start releasing my lore already. Like, it just... Okay. It can't be that, because then it would still have records of it. Like, if it was a Barbie game on the official Barbie website, like, you could probably find it in the archive, the Internet Archive, because it exists, right? It has to be able to like shown somewhere. Like has to be some record of it. There's no record of it. I went through the whole Barbie website archive because I was trying to find it. Like, it was a flash game on the website itself. It wasn't even like a, like a PC game. No, it was just on the website. You go online, you play it, and you were done. It doesn't exist. And my memory of remembering this is like when I was 12 years old. But I've known about this game since I was like 10 years old. It doesn't add up. That's why I'm skeptical of my own memories. I can't trust what's going on in my brain, Anyways, going back to poetry. Deluded truths sounds like a great topic to write about now. Because guess what? I am very delusional. And it makes sense. You see, it makes sense. Actually, I told Hex about it and she agreed with me. It sounds like kind of wild, but like it's happened too many times for me to dismiss it with just like, oh, my memory is being all, glitchy. So I came up with the theory that I must be traveling the multiverse. And I believe it. You know what? Like, I don't care what anyone thinks of me anymore. I believe that I must be traveling the multiverse, like, in my sleep or some shit. So, we're gonna write about deluded truths. Which actually, I feel like I wanna do a Google search just seeing what deluded truths, like, searches up. Like, oh, it just ends up coming to like delusional disorder and delusion. Interesting. I thought that somebody would have already written something that had like similar connotations, so like it would come up in a Google search, but apparently not. Quite nice for me, not nice for other people. So let's write a poem about deluded truths. And I feel like it would be quite on brand to write about my own experiences, but I just wanna, like, if it was like a very first person point of view, but like not me, someone else who had like delusional, like completely believed their own delusions, think hallucinations. Which brings me back to the topic of, I had straight up, because we were playing Valorant a couple of days ago and I was talking about it while I was playing Valorant, but when I started playing Valorant, which was like a month and a half or something ago, for the first 2 weeks of playing, I had like straight up hallucinations, auditory by the way, not visual, but auditory hallucinations of all the sounds from the game, like straight up gunshots and the voice lines and like all the system sounds, and I was just like, I'm going crazy. But like, that's quite normal for me. I mean hallucinations, not that I hallucinate Valorant a lot anymore, or ever really. Yeah, I mean to say I don't hallucinate in Valorant specifically. But yeah, it was really weird when it happened for 2 weeks straight. I literally stepped back from the game for like a week or something, and I was like, I'm just gonna chill on playing this game. It feels like it's gonna disturb me. I had straight up like very, very, very loud hallucinations. It's funny how your brain works, that like you can even hallucinate sounds that don't even exist for you. Cause like Valorant in the end is just a game, and I did not play it enough for it to cause like actual serious hallucinations, just enough that distract me while I'm trying to sleep. Which again is quite annoying, but like, hey, whatever, But we're gonna write, like, I'm thinking in my head a poem more about like believing in your own delusions. So like you're believing the falsities that you came up with. So you can like sort of attribute, like, you can also think of like the attribute of how like if somebody is a skilled liar, they'll make themselves believe what they're lying about. They'll be convinced that it's the truth. Maybe even like it also like counts for people who have like gone through quite traumatic events, and they'll believe like that the trauma isn't real, so they'll believe in their own like delusions. Hmm. There's a lot when you think about it, there's a lot that you can probably write about in this case. Huh. Now I'm confused which one I should like pick. Cause like there is quite a bit that you can pick. Or like, okay, I guess it could also be like, it could also be like believing your hallucinations to be true. Like how some people have hallucinations that people are constantly talking badly about them. So like you believe those hallucinations that aren't real to be true. Now I'm not sure what to write about anymore. I was like really confident going in and then I confused, like less confused myself but more like occupied myself by thinking of too many things at the same time. So like I'm trying to think what exactly would be the best course of action? As if this is like a assignment, but less assignment, give it more like what would be the best like route of interpretation to choose. Because like again there's like everyone has different interpretations of things, so like even for me there's like several different versions of the same interpretation, so I'm trying to think which one would be the one that I want to write about the most, but then I also am not really sure about which one I want to write about the most. So we're just gonna okay, I feel like I have an idea, so we're just gonna put it down on this document and hopefully something comes out of it. My safe haven, unsafe by day, people crowd over even away, so many of them, talking so loud in quiet corners, in sordid sounds. Everyone says I'm seeing things, yet this may be my delusion. Maybe my delusions yet this may be my delusions. Okay, I don't know how to continue, so we're just gonna go back and read over the whole thing. My safe haven, unsafe by day, people crowd over even away, so many of them talking so loud in quiet corners, in sordid sounds. Everyone says I'm seeing things, yet this may be my delusions. Could be okay, maybe like this isn't, yet this may be the truth, maybe my delusions. Are still untrue. It's like a weird spin, like a more like, I guess like it's a more like dark spin on things. Like some people actually do want to believe that what like they're maybe like they're maybe convincing themselves of something that may not actually be true, but this one he actually wants it to be true. So like he wants these delusions to be true. Huh. I don't know how I feel about that poem, not gonna lie. I do think it's like okay. It's not bad, but I don't know how I feel like about it. Like the writing is fine. It's nothing special. But I have no idea how I feel about it. It's so okay. Yes, we could probably move on. We should definitely do one of the You should do one of the prompts that Lor sent. We should definitely do those. One of them first. Like Cerberus. 3 heads. 3 heads. Like Cerberus, 3 heads. Differences arise between them. I could perhaps take advantage the 3 brains that are my gift from God. Yet here I am, uncultivated, what? What is the deal? Okay, uncultivated. Unruffled. Yeah, here I am, uncultivated, unruffled by the world. I want to add another word, maybe. Uncultivated, unruffled, unsure. Nope, I don't like the word unsure. I want something from un though. Uncultivated, unruffled, I want to say unconscious because that's the first word that comes up in my head when I think but unconscious doesn't fit. Uncultivated, unruffled, they're both words that suggest that you haven't been like, toughened up because of like the bad parts of your life, like you didn't get enough experience. But like unexperienced isn't a word, inexperienced is, and I don't want to use inexperienced because I want like un to be the prefix. I'm not sure what I should write here. And here I am, uncultivated, unruffled. Unfulfilled. Yes, unfulfilled by the world. As if my 3 heads share one word. As if my 3 heads share one. No. Share. I don't like brain cell. Maybe there's like brain cell synonym. Yes. Give me. Okay, so there is no like actual synonym for brain cell. This is terrible. As if my 3 heads weren't even one? I don't know. That doesn't sound good either. As if my 3 heads were one. But like, it's not one. If you have one brain cell, that's not even close to a brain, you know? Okay, I'm gonna leave it here because it's still pretty good. I don't know what I feel about it though. Like, I like the premise. I like what I wrote, just not the last 2 lines. I'm unfulfilled. I'm not satisfied. Oh, unsatisfied. Now I forgot about that word. Unsatisfied. But I like unfulfilled more in the context, so we're just gonna leave it at unfulfilled. Okay, let's do another one. This one is just gonna be a special challenge because it's really long. So we can do another one from uni. Let's see which one. Your world is entirely in your mind or soft, plushy paradise. Either way, we're picking one and we're gonna stick to it. Or we could just do the second, Lor's second prompt, which I am more in favor of because Lor is here right now. Uni's prompts are also really good. I mean, I didn't even ask for prompts this time because I was like, I want to finish the ones that I already have. Because, you know, I don't want to like leave them just to be like finished at some later date when I don't even know when they'll be finished. By the way, if you haven't realized, my keyboard did get changed. I did call like the keyboard people, like the technicians, so that they could fix it. They just gave me a new one. They were like, this one, we'll take it back and we'll give you a new one. And I was like, well, that's fantastic. You know, that is so great. But yeah, we should just do Lor's second prompt. And then we go to Uni's 2 prompts that are left. Wait, are there 2 prompts left or are there like more than 2? No, there's 2 prompts left from Uni, and then we can go to Soleil's last 2 prompts. The last one that we do is probably gonna be the ABCDarian poem, the acrostic one. That was like special challenge because it's gonna be long. Like I'm going to have to write a line from every single letter of the alphabet. So like think at least 26 lines, if not more. Cuddling with the blood moon. Red like a rose, bloody like a tomb. Nope, I don't like that. Red like a rose, cozier than my bed, warm like hot cocoa, yet slippery like it's wet, bloodier. Is that the spelling of bloodier? I feel there's something wrong with it. I don't know why, but I feel like bloodier than blood. I don't know what's wrong with it, but that feels like something is wrong with it. Red like a rose, cozier than my bed, warm like hot cocoa, yet slippery when like it's wet. Bloodier than blood, sandy like a desert. Still better for a cuddle. Better. Wow. I'm pretty sure that's a typo, but here. Still better for a cuddle than a... I don't know where I'm going with this. I might just start over. Than a body when it's dead. Yeah. when it's dead. I like that. I like that. Still better for a cuddle than a body when it's dead. I'm iconic. Wow. Like, somebody, like, yeah, I'm gonna make that into a clip at some point. I should really write down the time of this one, but I'm not going to, because I'm just gonna scour through this stream specifically later on in the future, like probably like 2 days later, because it's like Sunday already, which honestly my weekend should have been more filled with work, but I ended up just chilling the whole weekend. Wow, okay, like less chilling. I still finished like more than half of my rig, you know. I'm almost done. The halo is left, and I'm not really sure how I want to rig the halo, so just sort of sitting there waiting for me to figure out what I want to do, because I might want to add an animation, but I don't know how to do that yet, so I'm gonna figure that out before I end up adding a rig. I know, right? It's so Yan. I love being Yan. My halo is also called a Yan halo for a reason. I'm still trying to like decide when exactly I'll be debuting this new model. Oh my god, I'm like actually like I'm so excited about this new model, I'm not even gonna lie. My true sincere efforts went into it. Like, I was so excited, especially after realizing like it was so perfect. Like, I genuinely, everybody I know is such a freaking genius. Like, Leafy just gave me a PNG, and like she showed it to a bunch of people, and I was really happy about the fact that it looks so cute, because I was trying really hard to figure out like a cat mew design, like not the one that already exists, but like one specifically for a model, and I was trying really hard to draw it. But if you know anything about me, that you should know that I draw very okay. Like, I draw like if I was a child who just started drawing, because I'm kind of basically that. Like, I don't know how to draw, and I don't draw well. Like, I have some basic knowledge, but not enough where it counts. Like, it's just like scattered knowledge that sort of I can pick and choose when to use, but it doesn't work together. Like, it just is there. It's useless though, because I don't know how to draw, right? So I was trying really hard to like draw, and I was like going really simple shapes, trying to keep all the details of the original, and like, goddamn, did Leafy do that and more, because like the model looks adorable, and I'm probably gonna end up showing it to you guys before I leave today. Because yeah, I'm basically mostly all done with my rig, which is awesome, and only the halo is left, and like the body's all rigged, and there's like some auxiliary like augmentation, and it looks so cute. Like, she just looks so bouncy and adorable. Also, I'm gonna go back to the poetry right now. I will go talk about my model before I end the stream, but right now it's poetry time. I'm so good at like taking a tangent and taking a left on like what I'm supposed to be doing to something else. I love doing that. It's so addictive. Okay, back to writing poetry. We're gonna read it all over again, because I lost my train of thought, so I need to bring it back. So, red like a rose, cozier than my bed, warm like hot cocoa, yet slippery like it's wet, bloodier than blood, sandy like a desert, still better for a cuddle than a body when it's dead. I really like that line. Shit, did I outdo myself today? Absolutely. Still better for a cuddle than a body when it's dead? Hello, dark thoughts. I promise I'm not planning to kill anyone just yet. I mean, like, I have plans already set in place, but like, it's not gonna happen anytime soon, you know. But I still have lost my train of thought. I have no idea where I was trying to go with this, and I'm pretty sure it stopped in my head just here. But wow, I've really outdone myself. Wow, like, this line is so good. Yes. You know what, let's just stop there. I feel like I can't make this better than it already is, and I feel like it's still, although we didn't really mention moon anywhere, so no, we can't finish it here. We need to mention moon for it to be like, it's a blood moon, you know, like, you have to be able to like figure that out from the poem when you read it. Instead of like looking at the title, you have to read the poem and be like, okay, yeah, this is about a blood moon, and it's specifically about cuddling with a blood moon. Still better for a cuddle than a body when it's dead. This full moon. Maybe more red than the blush I get when I think. When I think. Why do I keep missing word like missing letter when, or like misspelling the letters, the words when I think about cuddling with. I want to write the dead, but I feel like that sounds really wrong. Why would you want to cuddle with the dead, right? Because stinky dead bodies, what is attractive about them? And I did say that they're warm, so they have to be like freshly dead so that they don't smell. Huh. About cuddling with the blood moon. With the bloody moon hiding away its threats. I don't know. Is that it? Are we satisfied with this? It actually sounds really good. Hey, it sounds really good, not gonna lie. I'm not horrible at typing with a keyboard, but like I'm kind of hyper today. I'm like really excited to like show all the stuff that I've been doing. So like I'm like starting to become like a little bit twitchy. Oh my god! Our little visitor, the lizard, is back. He just jumped. What the hell? He's quite fast though. It's a different lizard. Okay, so there may be 2 lizards in my room who come around when I'm streaming. How exciting is that? 2 extra viewers, am I right? Am I crazy for saying that? I feel like I'm crazy for saying that. Is there anyone else who'll be this chill about lizards in their room? Because usually I'm not this chill, but I just got used to it after like 3 days of it happening. You know? I'm still like icked out, but I don't have to touch like the walls that the lizard has been on. Because it's like the top of the walls. Wow. I think I might stop here because it's really, really good. Okay, reading it out loud once, just so I can confirm that I'm okay with this. Because I'm not sure. Animal companion and mew. I don't think lizards are my preferred animal companion, not gonna lie. I'm kind of creeped out by them. I'm not even like joking. I know I just said that I've gotten used to lizard, but I used to shriek every single time I saw a lizard for a while, because it was like not really like that common in my house, because I was like staying at like a much more higher floor. Lizards are less likely sometimes in those kind of floors. Yeah, I don't know what the logic was, but I just did scream like every single time I saw a lizard in my grandmother's house. Now I don't, because I know the lizard isn't gonna come close to me, and if it does, then well, like, you know, I hope it's prepared to lose its tail, because at this point I don't care. And I know I'm saying that I don't know what will happen if it actually does decide to come close to me. Like I have full faith in myself for just to be screaming frantically, like think she's gone wild type of screaming. Yeah. Anyways, let us read it out loud, elocute it, recite it, to decide if it's okay or not. Cuddling with the blood moon, inspired by Lorlor. Red like a rose, cozier than my bed, warm like hot cocoa, yet slippery like it's wet, bloodier than blood, sandy like a desert, Still, I just realized that I've been pronouncing desert as if it's like, you know what? It's fine. Sandy like a desert. Still better for a cuddle than a body when it's dead. This full moon may be more red than the blush I get when I think about cuddling with the bloody moon, hiding away its threads. It sounds incomplete, not gonna lie, but it still sounds really good. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm okay with it. Like, I'm okay with stopping right about there and just moving on. Because I feel like it still has a sense of completion. Like, enough where it, like, counts. But it sounds incomplete as if I missed the point a little bit. Which might be true. I don't know. Okay, let's go to Uni's. I know, right? Like, I can always go back and edit, though I feel like I'm not gonna edit it unless it's on stream. Because I would feel bad if I ended up editing it while I was, like, not streaming. I don't know, I have weird guilt about stuff I do. So, yeah. We're gonna get to soft, plushy paradise. I don't know what to exactly write about, but I always think of tree when I think of plushies. So, you know, once I wrote a poem that was called Soft Toys or something like that. I don't really remember what the poem was about or where it is. But I do remember I wrote it, and then the teacher, I showed it to my English teacher at the time. I was trying really hard to impress her. And she was just like, it's really long. That's all I remember about it. Like, she went and said something, but like I took it as it's just too long. So like I should shorten it. And yeah, that's true. I can edit it off stream and then like post it on Twitter or Discord. And I just forgot that I forgot that I had to add the Discord invite link. Give me a second. I'm gonna do that right now. In yesterday's stream I said I'm gonna add the invite link in every single stream. So if like, because I'm pretty sure there were like new people yesterday, which was awesome. Like, I don't know, it was a weird situation. I'd never seen these two people ever. Which was really, really cool when I think about it, but I have no idea who they were, but they were like quite silent. I'm quite okay with that. As long as people are enjoying themselves, I'm really just fine with people not even talking. Yeah, I'm okay with it because it makes sense, right? Like, not everyone wants to, you know, talk to you all the time. I know, right? Yeah, there were new people yesterday. I was really surprised. I did not expect new people so fast. Because, like, it's not been that long. But then, again, when I think about the fact that I'm finally going to be showing off this new model soon, I'm going to make more of an effort on Twitter to, like, promote it. Ask for, like, retweets. Please, give me some retweets. I want to debut this model with happiness, not with, you know? But then I was like, I forgot that I don't really market my Discord as much. When I was doing yesterday's stream, I was like, well, I mean, like, if you want to give me song recs, you should always come to Discord first, because I'm like more inclined to taking recommendations or like suggestions, or even just straight up people being like, we want to hear you sing this song on Discord than I am on Twitter. For some reason, like, I just have a very bad impression of Twitter and the culture on Twitter, so I feel like really weird about taking suggestions from people on Twitter, because they're all crazy, not gonna lie. It's kind of wild. Like, I'm not talking about other creators, but just like people who claim to be fans, but they all have like their fair share of drama creation happening. Like there's always some sort of new drama that's happening in the VTuber community on Twitter, and I'm just so confused because I have no idea what it's about. Couldn't care enough after a while. I just was like, the first 2-3 times I ended up encountering some of this drama, so to speak, like I tried to find out more so I could be like educated, but then I realized it was about like the most trivial and useless, like unnecessary like stuff that people don't really need to be angry about or cancel people over, but they are like shouting it out about like basically something that shouldn't cause anyone offense. So I stopped paying attention after a while. I was like, I just don't care enough about these unrelated to me issues. And like it's not like those people did something that was like unforgivable. It was just like they did something that made one person angry, and then like 50 other people decided, you know what, this is a just cause to take up our voices up for. And some of those people will be like people who have like thousands of followers, so they're gonna go and like tweet about it, and then their followers are gonna get angry, and then their followers will tweet about it, and then it'll be a huge issue that goes around like the community, and you're just like, what even is happening? Because it happened like I think a few months ago. There was like this huge commotion about some big creator like unfollowing somebody else's friend, and the somebody else's friend, that somebody went and tweeted about it and said like, I hate people like this, they're so mean, like how can he do this, like. And then like a whole commotion happened for like straight up 3 or 4 days before the big creator came out and said, well, like whatever happens, if someone needs to clarify, they can totally do it in my DMs. They don't have to make it public and cause everyone an issue. And I was just like, this is so entertaining, but if you're in like the community, you're just gonna be exasperated, like what the hell is happening every single day. Like the first 2-3 times I thought it was really hilarious, and the third time and the fourth time, and I was just like, this is exhausting. I don't know how the people do it. Like how do they make everything that anyone does an issue? Like they'll start picking on people specifically for doing things that they do normally, like this is normal human behavior, and you'll just be like, you suck, you should be cancelled, like, you know. And I'm just like, what is wrong with all of you? Are you this lonely in real life that you'd have to go on the internet and take out all of your life's frustrations on random people you do not know? It's kind of scary when I think about it. Like in a very objective manner, it's really scary, because like what if some of these people are like actual, like, you know, like dangerous people, and they decide to dox you and your identity, and they tell everybody your address or your email address or like your phone number or something like that. Because, you know, there's some people who are crazy enough to do that. Because there have been like serious issues as well that I pay attention to, but like those are actually serious issues, not like fake serious issues. Those ones get really wild as well. Like it's all about like getting doxxed or almost getting doxxed, or somebody being a stalker or something like that, and it gets really wild and really dangerous. Like I'm like, how are people living like this? What is up with the fact that this is happening to so many people? Or more than one person. Even if it's more than one person, it's already too many people, you know. So yeah, the music doesn't suit the topic. I just realized, like, the music I have playing in the background is so chill and like vibey, and then talking about serious issues that happen on Twitter. Not really serious though. Like half of them are just like other people picking a fight to get some sort of like 10 minutes, like the 15 minutes of fame that you could chase, you know. Like they get their 15 minutes in the spotlight, and then they're like basically not even remembered by anyone else except for themselves. It's sad for those people, really, and especially because they keep like trying to do the same thing over and over, like being the center of. Yeah, oh my god, and thank you for realizing that. It does sound like ice cream truck music. Haha. Thank you for recognizing that, Lore. You're truly just giving me so much happiness. You're not even trying, but you're doing it, you know? Okay, back to poetry. Soft, plushy paradise. I don't know what to write. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what to write. Like, what do you even write about this? Like, I'm not a person who has a lot of stuffed toys at all. I used to have this like doll when I was really young. Like, it was a soft toy, but it was like shaped like a, imagine a rag doll, basically that. And I called her Rosie, and I carried her around for like quite a few years of my life, and then carried her around again after she was like put into storage and then taken out by me. And that's all I really think about when I think soft toys. When I think about plushies, like, I'm just like that one doll that I carried around for quite a while. I was obsessed with that one doll specifically. Wow. Maybe I can just write about how Rosie has a great life in soft toy land. You know? I have no idea where that would go, and I honestly not in the mood to explore Rosie's life. Like, just on the basis of I have so many, like, okay, to be fair, like, when you really think about it in the perspective of an adult, all of those memories sound like super lonely and sad, but for me as a child, they were some of the best memories I had. Right now I'm just like, I was a very lonely child. I don't even I just, I was a very lonely child. That was probably why I was so attached to a doll, and for like quite a bit of time. That's not to say like it's not like I didn't have anyone to talk to. It was just a weird like place to be in. I'm talking about my living environment, by the way. It was not the best, because my dad's family is all like super crazy. Like, they're all lunatics. It's not even funny. Like, I mean it. They're all like crazy shit, like in the head. But yeah. So I have no idea what to write about. Maybe I can write about the fantasy of having a mountain of plushies, but I never had that fantasy. Like, I find myself scared of that, because plushies mean like a mountain of dust for me, and I have a severe dust allergy. Okay, I will sneeze for the whole day if I get a whiff of dust. You will see me sneeze and I'll be like red in the face, my eyes will be watering. The next day I'll have like a fake cold. I call it fake because it goes away after like my dust allergy goes away, or like, it like lessens when my dust allergy lessens, but it is directly affected by my dust allergy. So I will wake up with my nose like all stuffed, my eyes runny, like I straight up be like having tears pouring out of my eyes, but like it's just not like I'm not crying, it's just because I have a dust allergy. And I will sneeze uncontrollably. There was this one time where there was some dust that flew into my nose and my throat while I was in school in the middle of a class, and I sneezed for like the whole day, and the teachers were just like, can you stop sneezing? Because like I couldn't stop sneezing. Like, I was sneezing uncontrollably for like 10 minutes straight before it became sort of intermittent, but not intermittent enough for people to not notice. But the good thing was that I sneezed really, really softly. I used to sneeze really softly, and it used to be like a achoo kind of sneeze. So teachers were just like, my classmates are just like, you're so like, it's so cute that you sneeze like that, but it gets annoying after listening to it about 1,000 times. And I do this weird thing. If I'm sneezing and I'm like standing while I'm sneezing, my leg will like shoot up. Like, think in Princess wait, I forgot the name of the movie. I forgot the name of the movie. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna move on and figure out what to write about plushies. If I was in my fantasies, I would have 1,000,000 plushies. Like, if it was a sea of plushies, I would be swimming in this soft sea. I don't know where this is going. It's probably gonna be just a lot of repeat of the words plushy and sea. So let's just see where this goes. Haha. I'm so smart. If you guys didn't get the pun, it was a... Yeah. It's fine. If you didn't get it, it's fine. If I was in my fantasies, I would have 1,000,000 plushies. Like, if it was a sea of plushies, I would be swimming in this soft sea. My personal paradise. My personal paradise of vast plushy mountains and long plushy valleys of soft grass made of tiny plushies that I could rest my head on. This dream may only stay a dream, yet in my dreams I'll be... Oh my god, what did I just do? What did I just do? That was an accident. I'm so sorry. Did like it all... Maybe it might have gone. Reload. Yeah. Yikes. I didn't expect that to happen. I just shivered because it was kind of cold in my room. This dream may only stay a dream, yet in my dreams I'll be... Why is it italicized all of a sudden? What is going on? I'll be swimming in my plushy sea. Done. That's it. Enough. I don't think I can possibly think of any other paradise space that was all plushies. Unless, okay, you know what? You could probably also write about like how like if you go to a toy store and you go to the section where you find all the plushies and like it's just rows and rows and rows and rows of plushies, and that's like paradise for like somebody who loves plushies, right? And you could probably write about that. Interestingly, I chose like the classical image of paradise, like the vast mountains, like the long valleys and the lazy rivers and like the sparkling sea, and just convert it into plushies. you know, the green grass, the blue sky with like the clouds, the idyllic clouds floating by. Like I'm also rhyming while I'm talking about this. Like, small fun fact about me, I rhyme when I'm ranting about something. Like if I'm really like ranting specifically about something, you'll hear me like speak in rhymes. By that I don't mean like I'm speaking in riddles, but like literally I'll start rhyming what I'm saying unconsciously. I don't know how that happened in my life, but it did, and it's really hilarious. But it happens when I become too enthusiastic about something, and it's happened a lot, and it's hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. Like it has 100% entertainment value. Like if you listen to me like rhyme while I'm speaking or like trying to say something, it's 100% funny. Like trust me, it's hilarious. Like you will laugh as one does, and you should laugh because it's hilarious, like I said. I hope to show you guys at some time, but I also don't like to rant in front of other people. I end up doing it when I'm alone or like when I'm with... I love rhyming. I think my interest in poetry started because of the fact that things rhymed, and I just was so fascinated by it that I ended up writing a lot of poetry that rhymed. Like even right now, like I unconsciously adopt the habit of like trying to make poems that rhyme because I feel better about the poetry itself. I find myself more like attracted to poems that rhyme or have like a really the feel of rhymes, even if they're not like rhyming straight up. Like I don't know which example to give, but as long as they have like a good meter or sense of rhythm and like they sort of vaguely rhyme, it works for me. But yeah, it's really funny when I start like rhyming while I'm talking. Like it's unconscious. I realize it like after like 4 or 5 lines of me actually rhyming, I'm like, oh my god, I've started rhyming, and it's hilarious. Like I honestly, it has a lot of entertainment factor, and I feel that's why I feel like I can't like rhyme in front of people because I'll be made fun of. But at this point in my life, I don't care. I've done too much shameless nonsense to care about whether or not people think that people laugh at me for rhyming while I'm ranting about something, whether good or bad. Like ranting, I know it's like a negative word, like it's negatively aligned or has a negative connotation. So we're talking usually when you say ranting, that usually means you're ranting about like you have emotions that are like angry or sad or distressed or like frustrated or something. But I'm just saying, like in general, if I'm like talking about something that I'm like either passionately happy about or angry about, I will be rhyming mostly. Like it has a lot of shock factor for me. When I first did it, like the first time I did it, I think I took like a minute to just calm down and be like, what the hell was that? Like who does that? I've never heard of anybody rhyming while they're ranting, but hey, it's hilarious and I really, really love it. I really love that about myself too. But yeah, we have 3 prompts left. I'm tempted to say let's just abandon these and figure something else to write. But I do want to finish them. If I can't finish them today, I might just like do another stream, maybe next or the week after the next week, to like finish the last 3 prompts, maybe like even more, because like just 3 prompts is like too little. You need at least like 5 prompts to like consider it an actual poetry stream, in my opinion. I don't know, I feel like stopping today. I feel like I don't have much anything in my brain left. Squeezed out like a lemon, no juice, you know. Yikes. That sounds really wrong though, I'm not gonna lie. Squeezed out like a lemon, no juice left. Yikes. Again, I said the same thing, but I mean it. It sounds wrong. So do I want to complete it or do I just want to stop? I feel like if I complete this, I could probably complete like at least this one, 0-100 hours. I don't know about the special challenge, But I still want to do the special challenge, but it's gonna take like quite a while because I had to write 26 lines from 26 letters that all make sense in a poem. I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of abecedarian acrostic poems. I know they exist, I've heard of them. Like, I have heard of them way before, like, I was given this prompt. But I didn't really look at any examples because I was like, well, we'll just get to it when we, you know, like, we'll cross the bridge or we'll make the bed when we're ready to sleep type of thing. Cross the bridge when you get to it, you know? I'm low-key thinking I should just stop for today because, like, I don't want to actually write more. So, I think it's appropriate to say it's okay to stop. I can just show you guys my model and what I've done recently. Feel like that is such a good idea. Let me just open up Live 2D and then I can show you guys what I did because it's pretty good. So I can then show you guys what I did and then we can just end after I finish talking about what I did with my model, you know? So yes, I think we're stopping here for the poetry here for today. And we can, I guess, finish the rest. Finish the rest, like, I suppose tomorrow? No, not tomorrow. I mean, like, the next stream. Like, I just said tomorrow by, like, complete and utter, like, what was I gonna say? Complete and utter, I said it unconsciously. That's all I'm trying to say, by the way. So yes, I said it unconsciously. Is it showing up? Is Live 2D showing up? It's not showing up for me. Bruh, why are you like this? This is so annoying sometimes. Oh my god, okay, close. Why is it not showing up though? Yikes. I love when this happens. Okay, let me see. Why is it like this? Okay. Yikes. I don't think... Why is game capture not working? Hello? Why aren't you showing me what I want to see? Close. Why is it not showing up? Hello? This is not great. Okay, you know what? We're gonna try and do another... Okay, what if we just do screen capture? Okay, yeah. This is perfect. Yes. Hey! You guys can now see Cat Mew. Isn't that fantastic? I'm just showing you guys the thing in the physics, like where you can see all the physics as well. And look at how bouncy she is, because isn't that... Oh, you guys can't see the physics setting. Huh. Wow, this is great. Oh guys, can you see it? I don't know, I can't see that you guys can see it or not. I'm just gonna switch it to show screen directly so you guys can now see it. Hey, look at how cute she is. If I show you guys just using like the randomized thing where it just does random actions, she looks so cute. I'm really excited to use her as well. I haven't been able to test her in VTube Studio just yet, but I'm excited to, because she looks adorable, you know? Like, look at her. I'm gonna show you guys in the random post because that has way more of like the movement, and ignore the physics settings. Just ignore them. They're not necessary to look at. Just ignore them, you guys. Welcome back, Lore. It's okay. I did not notice that you were gone. I wasn't. It's okay. You were not missed because for me you weren't gone. But hey, look at it. She looks so bouncy and cute, and I'm so beyond excited to like show her to you guys. Honestly, not gonna lie. Like in like actual usage. But yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Like when you see her like as a default, she looks already cute, but then she bounces and you're like even more enchanted by her bounciness. But like yeah, her pupils freak me out just a little bit, but not that much, not enough for it to count, you know? Because she doesn't really have like eyes. I just realized maybe I overdid the physics on the eyes. Like they look a bit crazy. I'm gonna fix that right now. Maybe I should just like stop this specifically. Like I don't know if I should delete it or not, but I feel like deleting it because like maybe I overdid the eyeball jiggle, you know? Because now she looks like she has her eyes popping out of her head, which is quite scary. But like at least I finished rigging all of the angles for like the head and body. Like even the tail is mostly rigged. Like I know the tail isn't moving because I couldn't figure out if I should make the tail move. Like maybe like a wag of a tail or something, like a tail animation. But then I was like, it doesn't matter because I think it's like okay if you just leave it like this. Like even if I want to implement an animation, I feel like he'll end up being kind of unnecessary. And I just realized like maybe the eyes are a little bit uneven. I see they are uneven. I'm gonna have to fix that. Yeah, it does look like her eyes are popping out of her skull, not gonna lie. Okay. That's enough for this. I'm gonna fix it later, not right now for sure. But yeah, that's it. That's it for today. Kind of that's it for today. Well, like I mean it's enough, you know? Like I can't really do much more, not gonna lie. So, yes. Yeah. We could just talk though. We could just, you know, have a conversation, chit chat and like talk for a bit before I leave and probably go sleep because I always end up sleeping after these streams, curiously. As the thing is because of the like the mental load of streaming. I don't think it has much of a mental load on me. I just feel like because I wake up so weirdly in the morning, like really early in the morning, I just end up feeling like I should sleep earlier. And I like my streams usually end at around 6 or something, and so I'm like, well, you know what, I'm gonna take a nap, and I just end up sleeping through the night. Taking a nap at like 6 p.m. is not a good idea, by the way. Don't do it. Like it's a bad idea, so don't do it. I mean that, like I genuinely mean that. Like it's a bad idea 100%. Don't do it. Yeah. And I will even explain why it's a bad idea. It's because if you sleep at like 6, you probably won't be able to sleep at night. Because like imagine taking a nap at 6 and you take a nap for like 2 hours. That's already 8 p.m. You wake up, you eat, and you're like, now I'm not sleepy anymore. And you stay awake till 2 p.m. and then you're like, what have I done? You know? I've made a mistake. I made a grave mistake. So yeah, that is why you shouldn't sleep at 6 p.m. Don't take a nap at 6 p.m. Believe in me. Believe in my fantastic advice. You see. So the fact that I've basically finished rigging Catmew means that I can have Catmew's debut happen so very soon. But like genuinely speaking, I'm probably gonna be done with like rigging in the next like week completely. So ideally, I'd want to know when you guys want Catmew to debut, so that I can I'm gonna also like post this on Discords and just ask for everyone's opinion on when they think Catmew should debut. So like either like obviously it's not gonna be this month, because if I finish by next week, it's already like the 30th of April. So it'll be in May, but like when in May do you guys want it to be? Because then we can like prepare everything. I can like figure out new music and like a whole like proper debut stream. We can like have fun with Catmew. And then I'll use her for the streams after for a while until like Catmew, and also like alternate between Catmew and PNG tuber Mew. PNG human tuber Mew. So those would be probably what we have. Especially since like Catmew isn't like that, like she's not like super, it's quite simple. Like she doesn't have much of emotions happening. Like there's not much variation. Or like she doesn't have as much expression as like as a human VTuber Mew would have. So that's my official explanation and saying I'm also waiting for human VTuber Mew to come to life, but she's probably gonna take quite a while, because you know she's way more complicated. She has like individual chains you need to rig, and you know there's like a lot more stuff, and like model isn't nearly complete. Like it's not even nearly started. Basically I haven't started on rigging human Mew. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I have not. Like I did kind of start on it, but then it was just sort of like left alone for too long for it to count that I started on it. And like if I'm being honest, at this point there isn't really any hurry, especially since we have Catmew, so I can like take my time and really perfect her rigging, if that makes any sense. Because I want her to be really exquisite and like actually do all the things I want her face to do, with like all sorts of expressions and as much like movement as possible for a 2D model. I'm sure we'll get a 3D one at some point, but like whenever we get the 3D one, it doesn't matter, because like I still want the 2D model to have as much movement as physically possible for a model. So yeah, she's gonna be great. She's gonna be so fantastic, and we're gonna have so much fun with her. So yeah, I'm really excited to show like Catmew off properly. I don't know, I'm just really excited for life in general. I don't know where I muster up this much amount of excitement, not gonna lie. Like I have no idea where all of this excitement is coming from, but just that I do know that there's a lot of people who are like supporting me and cheering me on, and I feel like I always want to do better for those people more than for myself. Because for me, like I'm really annoying in the way that I end up like indulging myself in the worst ways possible. Like it's like I used to like stay up nights when I was in school. Like I would willingly and like knowingly ignore my needs for sleep in favor of reading books. Like sometimes I would like legit skip classes to stay in the school library, and this actually I don't think my mom knows, but I used to do that in like grade 7 and 8, And there were like, I couldn't do that anymore after grade 8 because like I was too busy with the school stuff. I even had to stop all of my like music classes in grade 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. So makes sense. I was kind of a crazy student. Like I was a good student, you know? Like I had really decent marks. Like they were okay grades. I'm not gonna say I couldn't get better. I could, but I just didn't care. I was just like, I don't really want to get good grades. I accidentally used to get good grades. I would stay like well seated in the good grade section of class. I was not trying though. I'm not trying to like boast or anything. I'm just saying like I used to be a bit of a troublemaker when it came to books. And that's how you know like I'm genuinely kind of an annoying person. So yeah. I'm not good at making myself feel motivated for my own self, but I'm good at like taking motivation from like other people cheering me on or saying like if I'm being like completely honest, I don't think half the time I would like be interested in doing things if not for the fact that I know other people are like with me in the thing that I'm doing. They're like waiting for me to like do something with it, whatever it is that I'm doing. Like if I give an example, in grade 9 I was ready to quit music. Oh, my mom and me and like we all used to live in the same room because we were like a huge family. Like all of my extended family stayed in my dad's house. So me, my mom, my sister and my dad would sleep in the same room, but I'd somehow managed to get away with staying up the whole night to read in front of their like in under their noses. They'd fall asleep, I'd stay awake and I would read, and they wouldn't be able to stop me because no one would stop me. Actually, I think that made my situation worse. Like in terms of books, like I'm quite very much addicted. Like I've been very honest about the fact that if you take books away from me for like even a few days, I will lose my mind. I will start breaking down immediately. Yeah, I was wired. Like I was really, really okay with getting caught while reading, because everyone was like, oh my god, you're such a good child, you read in your free time instead of playing games or causing trouble. And my trouble was the fact that I like to read, and I spent an absurd amount of money buying more books. There was not enough space for more books in my house, in my cupboards, in my drawers. Like every single space in my allocation of space was filled with books. There were books in my where I kept my clothes. There were books where I kept my like miscellaneous items. There were books where I kept my books. And so yeah. And I mean it when I say an absurd amount of money. Like I've bought books that I should not have bought just because I wanted to buy that book. And I don't mean like it's adult books. They were just books that were heinously expensive. And no one would stop me because they were all encouraging my good habit of reading. Except now my mom has refused to buy me more books, like physical books, because she's like, you spend too much money. You like buy like 3 books and read them all in one day, and like there's no point of you buying books, just like read them online. Like you're like wasting my money. And I'm like, it's not a waste of money if I read those books, okay? I have about like 150 books and like crammed in one cupboard. Like it's a shelf more like. There's more books that I do have, but I don't remember where they're kept. Because those 150 or something, or more than 150, I'm not sure if it's 150 or not, but I remember it's quite a lot of books. And then I recently bought more books, and my mom, because we have more space right now, she was like, okay, you can buy them. And I bought more books basically. Every single time I go outside, I end up buying a book. It's a problem. That's why I think my mom is okay with me not going outside, because she knows if I go outside, I'll buy a book. so to speak, although my mom is okay with like my book buying habits, she's just like, we don't have this much space. Like, I would love for you to have your own library, but we do not have one currently. So like, wait until you have your own house and you can like make a whole room just for your books, or maybe even your whole house just for your books. She's just like, I cannot give you this much space, and I genuinely don't want to like crowd my surroundings with books, because I already have too many things I need. Like, I have this huge desk in the middle of my room that has a PC on it, and then I have a harmonium at the side of my room, and I'm supposed to be getting a piano soon, like an electric one, so just an electric keyboard. But still, it has to go somewhere, right? Like, I can't make my whole room just into book shelves. It's unrealistic. As much as I want that, it's unrealistic, I'm not gonna lie. And so I've been like controlling myself. My definition of control is I hoard books on my phone. My phone has no more space because I have like 15 GB worth of books in it. It's ridiculous, and it's growing. I've added more books recently in my to be read pile. Do I read all of those books immediately? No. But am I reading like 50 books at the same time? For sure. I have trust in my ability to read, but like, just how crazy can I get before somebody stops me? No one is stopping me. That's the problem. I'm sure somebody when I was young was like, you're reading way too much. Don't you think you should like do something else? And the thing is, right, I still watched TV and played games on like outside of my house and also inside my house, and also read books. I don't know how I did it all, but I did do it all. We used to have a PC at my father's house before they like sold it or something. I don't know what they did with the PC, but anyways, I wasn't allowed to touch it anymore. That's what I remember. But on that PC, I used to play games, and my older, like, not my cousins, they were not my cousins, they were like my uncles, but they were only my uncles and aunts, but they were not like, they didn't have a huge age gap from me. But since like their parents were like not as nice as my mom, they would constantly berate me for playing on the PC. They would be like, how can you play on the PC when you're so young? I like, my father's family is like fake orthodox, fake modern. They're actually really orthodox, but they're fake modern, and they're all so crazy. Like, they're all sick in the head, not even lying. So like, all of my uncles and aunts who were like close in age to me used to come and be like, why are you playing on the desktop? Like, you're not even old enough to be on the internet. I used to be like, I'm not on the internet, you pieces of shit. I did not say pieces of shit to them, but because my mom had bought me like video games to play. My mom they were educational games, okay? Like, they were clue finders and stuff like that. So she got them for me to like play for like educational purposes, and I took that very seriously and played through those games at least 5 times each of those games. Like, we had like 4 or 5 discs of those, and I played all of those games multiple times, a lot basically. And I still read books, and I still watched TV, and I still played outside with other kids. I don't know how I was doing that, but hey, I did do that. So like, I'm not actually like that. Like, if somebody stopped me when I was young, I'd probably like never read again. But then again, I've been reading since I was like 2 or 3 years old. So yeah, this is chronic. Ooh, so wonderful. No one stopped me, and no one is interested in stopping me anymore. And actually, at this point, I don't think anyone can stop me. I've been really open about the fact that I cannot live without books. Like, if somebody decides that, hey, you know what, one fine day we're gonna take books away from you, I'm going to start crying. Not like just crying, I will destroy my environment. Books keep me restrained. They keep me like grounded in reality. I'm like much safer with books than I am without. I can channel all of my yandere behaviors and all of my destructive tendencies into reading books and like separate it from my daily life. But like imagine if you take them away and then I'm just like a loose cannon ready to spew out anything everywhere. No one will be able to stop me because they took away the only thing that keeps me restrained. Oh yeah, back to the topic of how I wanted to quit music when I was in 9th grade. And at that point I was already had been like singing for more than 10 years. And the reason I wanted to quit was because I didn't get picked in my school band. So like there were auditions and I didn't get picked. And I was so sad. And I called my best friend up and I was crying and I was sobbing and I was like having a full-on breakdown. I was like, I'm quitting music. You know, music just isn't for me. And she somehow convinced me to like chill out. I did say like I have very destructive tendencies. Like not only self-destructive, like I'm really self-destructive, but like also like outwardly destructive. I keep myself in check by reading. That's why I have like a morning I wake up, I'm reading. Before going to sleep, I'm reading. Like I'm really dedicated to this. It's part of my life and personality at this point. Like you can't even take it out, because if you take it out, there's like not much left. Only the self-destructive part, mostly the destructive outwardly part. But yeah, honestly it would be fun to see me as a tyrant, but I would not be nice. I don't think I would be nice. But then again, I don't think I'm nice anyways, so like I don't know why I would say I don't think I would be nice when I'm already thinking that I'm not nice. This is hilarious. I love when I do this to myself. I confuse myself so much. Back to what I was saying about quitting music, because I feel like I should finish the story. So I called up my best friend, sobbing and being like, I'm leaving music. I had a whole lot, like I repeated the same thing for an hour. I don't know how she listened to me for an hour straight just crying and saying I'm gonna leave music because I didn't get picked in the school band. Like it was a whole moment. I was in the balcony of my house at that point, and it was like 6 p.m. or something, and I was crying. I was like straight up like sobbing. I mean like actually sobbing, like ugly crying. I called up my best friend. I was like, I'm leaving music. Like I'm never gonna be able to do this anymore. Like, and then she somehow convinced me to like chill the fuck out and like not leave music, and it somehow worked. And I had a similar situation recently, and I have not sobbed about leaving music. So I am already better than my 9th grade self, which is great. I did not doubt my own skills. Like in 9th grade, I was straight up like, I must be a bad singer. I must be a bad musician. That's why they didn't pick me. But then also, I know that the person who got picked is not better than me. Like they were not better at singing. They were like actually worse. They had zero control. Like the only thing that was good about their voice, I will say, like their voice was really strong. Like it was like a very strong sounding voice. So you could like hear that the fact that their voice was their own. That's not to say mine isn't, but at that point I didn't really understand what the meaning of having a strong voice was. And I was just like, I sing so well, I have so much control, and I'm so much more like experienced than her. Why would they pick her? I still don't know why they picked her, but I do know that I didn't blame myself, and I didn't decide to quit music the last time this happened. So, which was quite recently. So hey, I've had a lot of character development, and I'm very proud of myself, as should everyone else be. Any progress, as small as it is good progress, and you should be proud of yourself because of that. Other than that, nothing much has happened in my life. My life is quite... Oh yeah, no, I did say this yesterday, but... and even the day before. But see, I had to go to the dentist on Friday. And the dentist, they'd quietly changed their address. And apparently they sent the address to everyone. Except me. Except me. They didn't tell me the new address. And I had a dentist appointment. I turned up at the old address, and like the building people are like, the building it's in, the security guard there just goes, oh, the dentist isn't here anymore, they've already shifted. And I'm like, what do you mean they shifted? So I call up the dentist's office and I'm like, well, you guys didn't tell me the new address, I'm gonna be late now. And so they're like, what do you mean, we sent everyone the address? And I was like, no, you did not. I don't have the address. I did not get no address, lady. So they sent me the new address and I went to the dentist, and it took literally 2 seconds for the dentist to be done with whatever she needed to do. And she was like, okay, I'll see you next month. And I was like, what do you mean? It literally took like 2 seconds. Why did I even come here? Yeah, but seriously, I'm probably going to be out of braces next month, and I'm so glad. I can't wait. I'm finally going to be able to chew on chewing gum again. I've been waiting for this moment for 3 years. So yeah, I'm desperate. The other thing that happened was the day before I went to the dentist, I wanted to go and watch Suzume, right? And I said this before also, but I feel like repeating it because I was still flabbergasted by the fact that it happened. And I was so excited to watch the film. I was so ready to watch the film. And I got up all ready to go and watch this film. And I turned up at the movie theater, and then the people at the ticket counter are like, this movie releases on the 21st, not the 20th, right? And I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, it should have released today, right? And she's like, no, today's the 20th. And I was like, I came all the way to the movie theater, and in my excitement decided to completely ignore the fact that the movie was going to release the next day. So I went home, and on the way home I bought ice cream, but like I was so embarrassed. But I was mostly just like laughing at the fact that like that happened to happen to me. It was so hilarious. Like, I asked the ticket lady, the person who was at the ticket counter, I say ticket lady because it's just easier to say that. Because I was just saying like to the ticket lady, well, can you give me a ticket to Suzume? And I said it like 3 times before she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, it's a Japanese film. And she's like, no, what are you talking about? It literally isn't here. And I was like, I showed her like on the app, like on the booking app. I'm like, look, it's here. And she's like, this is the 21st. What are you saying? Mew. She doesn't know my name, but I'm like putting it in there for the sake of comedy. She's like, Mew, you're crazy. And I was like, absolutely, I'm crazy. I said that to myself more like. It was really comedic. I didn't walk home. I walked home from like the shop where I bought the ice cream, and I was like, okay, at least I got ice cream out of it. Like, it wasn't all lost. And I only watched Suzume yesterday, and yes, you should go and watch Suzume. It's a fantastic. Honestly, I wasn't even embarrassed. I was just like, this is so hilarious. Like, in my excitement, I completely decided to ignore the fact that it's not even the day that it's released. Like, I just ignored it. I was just like, I'm so excited to go watch it. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that I'm going on the wrong day. I can't get over the fact that I did that because it's so hilarious. But I watched Suzume yesterday because I had to go to the dentist on Friday. I watched Suzume yesterday and it's so good, and I want to watch it again, and I don't know if I can watch it again, but like, oh my god, should everyone watch it? The music, absolutely great, fantastic, I love it. Oh my god, I adored it. The male lead, he looks like an aged up version of Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. He's so hot. I'm in awe. Also, just the story was really good. Like, I know I didn't even say anything about the story, but the story is the most attractive part of the film. To me, it gives very coming of age adventure vibes. Like, really coming into yourself adventure vibes. I said wife. I do not mean adventure wife. I mean adventure vibes. It's really good film. Genuinely. Like, the art, fantastic. The animation, amazing. Cinematography, chef's kiss. Like, I was sitting there in the theater with my mouth like wide open, just like, oh my god, this is amazing. I'm in love. And yes, the male lead was absolutely attractive. Like there's a scene in the film where the main character literally like takes a second to just admire how beautiful the male lead is, and then he becomes a chair. And yes, that is a spoiler, but it's a good spoiler and you guys should know about it, that the male lead becomes a freaking chair. Anyways, it's a really good film and you should go and watch it. That's all I'm saying. The music and like the sound design and the music is also amazing. And if you haven't already heard this viral sound, then you will now. It's the do 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 do. That one. Yes. I actually don't remember it that well. Again, I said my memory is not to be trusted. But yes. It's a really good film. I really enjoyed it. I really want to watch it again. And I even told my mom, I was like, I watched the movie alone because I haven't gone for a movie alone in a while, and I was really excited to go and watch it alone. And I was like, well, maybe me and you and my sister should go and watch it again. And she was like, we'll think about it. But then, yeah, it just never... She didn't tell me if she was going to go and watch it again with me. She was going to watch it, and I would watch it again. So, I was like, I really want to watch it again. And she was like, okay, we'll think about it. And then she never told me anything. I really want to know if we can watch it again, because I think it's only going to stay till today. If we don't go today, then it's not going to be able to be watched in the theaters again. And yes, I can totally watch it on like any other device ever. But hey, if I can watch it in the theater, why would I wait to watch it on my phone or my laptop or my iPad or whatever, you know, like any device? Why would I wait? But it's a really good film, genuinely. If you have the time and it's in a theater near you, go and watch it. It's really fun. The story is great. Like, it's just, I feel like unexpectedly I liked it way more than I thought I would. I do really like Makoto Shinkai's films, but this one was like actually super special. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. Funny story about movie theaters. I once met I once made a friend at a movie theater. The first time I went to watch a movie alone when I was 16, well, like it was just a few days after I turned 16. So I'd gone to watch a movie alone because that was a special permission I got from my parents that I could go and watch a movie alone after I turned 16. So I went to watch a movie alone, and I met this girl who's the same age as me, and we ended up becoming friends, and even I still talk to her now. I almost said I stalk her now, but I don't stalk her. She knows me. Like, we talk occasionally. I don't stalk her, okay? That would be ridiculous. I wouldn't need to stalk her. She knows me. She's really fun. She also sings. She's pretty cool. She also has a boyfriend. I kind of envy her for that. But then her boyfriend, his like attractiveness is not what I find attractive. So I don't see the appeal, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, good for her, I guess. But she's really pretty. Like, she's really attractive, and she also draws well. I just realized I have a lot of friends who draw. This is kind of weird when I think about it. Wow. Wowee. Yeah, but I haven't seen her in a while. But she's the one who told me to watch Jujutsu Kaisen, and I took her recommendation after seeing that my best friend also ended up watching it, and she was like, oh my god, you should watch it. And I got instantly obsessed with Gojo. Like, it was not even a joke how much I still read fan fiction about Gojo, and I still haven't caught up with Jujutsu Kaisen. I haven't watched the movie yet. I've been waiting for a special day to watch it, or whatever a good day means for me. I don't know. I'm really weird about watching things, because that I need like it to be a specific kind of feeling to watch something I've been anticipating a lot. I'm really strange when I think about it. I really am quite strange. Yikes. I know, right? So the thing is, right, I have a thing for blue-eyed boys. Like, I really just like blue-eyed men. Gojo really hits the sweet spot of blue-eyed, but which is the right amount of like flair and like right amount of like confidence. Some of the fan fiction I've read about Gojo, and I end up reading a lot of self-insert fanfic if I'm like super interested in a character, but also because he has no like existing sort of ships other than like Suguru, you know? And like I big fan of that ship. I'm sorry, but Suguru and Gojo are like, yes. I love them. That ship is so good. I've read a lot of fanfic for that ship. I think when I first started reading BL, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it or not. And then I ended up liking it so much that I actively look for it now. Like some of my pre-existing shipped characters now are shipped with more like in more BL fashion. Like I straight up sometimes I'm like, oh my god, these characters would be so good together, even though this is like a completely straight novel and there's not even a mention of gayness. It's hilarious. I just go straight into it and I'm like, this is good, I want more. Like I was saying, I in my head thought that living leisurely in the Tang Dynasty, that novel that I was talking about in the beginning, was a BL novel. And I found it during one of my BL hunts. I was like, I want to read something good. And I found it and I kept it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to end up reading it at some point, right? I did end up reading it. Guess what? There is no BL in it. And I was like, oh. But the good thing is I'm not really particularly picky today. So it was fine. I wasn't mad about it. I was having a lot of fun, actually. But yeah. I'm just surprised at how much more I enjoy BL after reading BL for such a long time. Funnily enough, my first BL book was Quickly Wear the Face of the Devil. It was also my first quick transmigration novel. But like, I got really obsessed with it. I still reread it from time to time. I know like the translation isn't up to what, like even like the way that it's written isn't like as good as some of the other ones I've read recently. But then I just have such like so much like nostalgia for it, if that makes any sense. I also think some of the themes that were adopted in the first one, like, you know, my first cutie novel, are like just so special. I also really just love brainlashing to the point of like convincing myself, like, you know, brainwashing myself was a good idea for me. It's been a while since I started reading BL, huh? Wow. I just realized how far I've come as a person. I know my memory is bad, but like I genuinely do applaud myself for being alive for so long. It is a pain. But hey, keep living, because then only can you read like the next chapters of whatever book you're reading or whatever show you're following. It's true, nostalgia is more powerful than anything else. I sometimes like, okay, I have like this really big nostalgia for this book series called Unicorns of Balinor, and I only read it once, not like once, but more than once in 5th grade. And I read it like, when I read it, I borrowed it from the school library, and the school library had like a 3-book volume. Like it was just 3 books in like one print form, and I read that book in 4 hours or 5 hours. Anyways, it was like after school. I came back from school with that book in my hand. I was really sad that day and I was ready to read something, and that was the only book I found that the teacher would let me borrow, because the teacher also knew that I was a fiend when it came to books. And I read almost all of the school library by the time I'd left the school library. By that I mean, by the time I'd left school, I'd almost read all of the school library, which is really funny when I think about it. But yeah, I read that book series a bunch when I was in like 5th grade, like 2 or 3 times I think. And I'm saying that as a bunch because it was a huge book and I would read it all in one sitting every single time. Not a huge book, but it was because the print version that they had was all 3 books in one. So yeah, I sometimes still think about like going back and finding that specific book series and rereading it again to see why exactly was I so captivated by it. But it was more because I was really sad that day, and no one came to check up on me after I'd been reading in my room for 5 hours. Although I'm not surprised, because actually that was quite normal and no one should have been alarmed. So I don't know what I was dissatisfied about, but Kidmi really had a lot to say about everything in her life, and she was more of a bitch than I was. um like I still write in a diary sometimes. I have a diary, and I don't really write in it every day, but only when I feel like it. It's like an incomplete autobiography, but whenever I look back on the older entries, I just think I'm such a bitch. Like, I'm such an annoying, judgmental piece of shit kind of child. Like, wow, she's so loud and angry. Yeah, I look back at some of the older entries and I'm just like, what is she angry about? But I know exactly what she's angry about, so I don't even know why I asked that question. If I ever have the time, I might, or if I ever have the shamelessness of revealing my older, younger self's secrets, I will read an entry in the book, in my diary. Yeah, I will do it if I'm shameless enough. I don't think I am just yet, but who knows when it'll happen, you know? Maybe if I make it like some impossible goal, like when we reach 1 billion subscribers or something like that. Oh, I said it. It might actually happen now. Somebody will dig this out and be like, you promised this. Give us this specific thing that you said. Like, you probably won't even remember it. Now I'm gonna think about it a lot more. I just realized. The fact that I said it is probably gonna just make me anticipate it actually happening, and I'll have to carefully select which diary entry to read out to prove to people that I'm actually just a terrible human being. I'm not, but hey, we all like to convince ourselves that most of the time, or at least I do. I'm not talking about anyone else, it's just me. I have very bad self-esteem, but it's better than when I was in 10th grade, not gonna lie. I'm more inclined to accept that I'm a good human being than a bad human being these days. Am I even human is the question, though. You guys will see in my lore video whenever it comes out. Don't know when, but it'll happen soon. Soon, by that I mean it'll happen at some point of time, hopefully this year. But yes. I don't know what else to talk about suddenly. I feel like I revealed too much about myself right now with my diary entry thing. But yeah, I still do write in my diary. Occasionally. Even when I was young, it wasn't every single day. It was only when I first got the diary that I write in it every single day, because it was just so new and amazing to have a diary. But after that I stopped, and I was like, I'm only gonna write on it when I really feel like writing in it, when I really want to talk about some big changes in my life and just update my future self that this happened, remember? Which makes me feel like I should write in it every single day just so I don't forget everything I do. But I don't have the patience to write in it every single day. I just feel like that's too much work, and that's too much riding on me actually being willing to write in it. Which is not true, because I don't want to write in it. There's not much that happens every single day, but when I think about how long it's been since I last wrote in my diary, it's oh, a lot of stuff happened. Ugh, okay. Funnily enough, I haven't written my diary in so long. I should write in it and update my future self, and oh, all of this stuff happened while you forgot about it. Wow, it is so exciting to be able to talk to your own self. I'm talking about how when you look at the diary, when you look at your own diary, it's you're talking to yourself, your past is talking to you very quite directly, because it's literally you wrote those things in the past, now you can read them, okay? But yeah, it's I used to write a lot about the people in my all my classmates and my crushes, and specifically how much I hate certain people in my class because they were my bullies and I was allowed to hate those people. But yeah, that was all. I was just like, oh my god, I really don't like her. She's so like mean to me, and like she's like attention seeking. Like, how could she do this, everyone? And why does she keep lying? And that's it. That's all the entries are filled with. Like, especially the first few ones, I think I was really dissatisfied with how my school life was. And so it would just constantly be a bombardment of, I hate this, I hate that, like I hate this about this person. It would just be that. Like, it would be quite short entries though. Like, it'd be like half a page, and the pages weren't that big, so it'd be like 50 or 60 words, and half of those words would be just about few people who I did not like. There's one person out of all of those people I still don't like, and me and my best friend make fun of her to this day. Although, like, we have good reason to, okay? She was like major bully, so I don't even feel bad about making fun of her. I'm just like, I don't know how somebody can do this all their life and then still come back and still have the audacity to talk to the people they bullied, being like, oh my god, do you want to come over to my like house in XYZ place? Because she said that multiple times. She once told me, do you want to come over and take a trip over? Because she moved and like is now living somewhere else, not in the same city as I am, right? So she was like, oh my god, like she messaged me and she was like, oh my god, do you want to come and like stay with me for a few days? And I was like, why? In my head I was like, why would I want to stay with you? You're literally my bully. And I told my best friend that, and she was like, are you for real? Like, she really messaged you and said this? I was like, yeah, she really messaged me and said this. I don't think she considered herself my bully. I don't even think she still understands what exactly her actions did to impact my life. Which is why I just don't care anymore. I just think it's really funny that she occasionally messages me with weirdly confusing messages like this. Like, I'm just like, what do you mean visit you at your house in a different state and city altogether? Like, do you think I'm crazy? But her mom was really nice, I'm not gonna lie. My bully's mom was really nice. She was such a sweet lady. Some people are really shameless, cause like in like okay, yeah, wait, was this in 9th grade or 10th grade or somewhere around that time? She messaged me to make fun of me. Like, she literally had left school, like my school, and like moved away to a different like city for like quite a while, like think 2 or 3 years, and she messaged me just to like make fun of me. Like, she literally messaged me and she was like, you know, this is what we used to call you when like a few years ago. And I was just like, what the hell? I don't need this in my life, bro. Leave me alone. But her mom was really nice. Like, I still remember her mom fondly because she was such a nice lady. I don't even think her mom knew what her daughter was doing in school, like making like everybody's life a living hell. But because she was really stupidly pretty, like she still is really, really pretty. But I think her character makes her look uglier than she actually is. People were like big fans of hers. She still is really pretty. Like, she has like very, very pretty face, like very conventionally attractive. Maybe just as me. That is to say, I am quite conventionally attractive. And no, I am not boasting. I'm just saying I look exactly like my mom, and my mom was a big deal when she was my age. She used to get asked out by every single guy that she ever knew, which when you think about it is quite weird. But the good thing is none of that is happening to me, and I don't want that to happen. That would be quite burdensome. Rejecting that many people must be a pain in the ass, you know. You just have to be like, oh no, I'm so sorry, I'm not looking for a relationship, over and over and over again to every single guy you talk to. That is to say, I don't talk to many guys because I don't have a lot of friends in the city I'm staying in currently. All of my friends live away from me, far away from me. I really should figure out how to go and meet my friends now. But I have a trip that's planned already with my best friend in June or July. I don't know. We haven't figured out a date properly yet. We're just like, we're gonna meet in June or July. We're gonna go out and like travel for a few days, have fun, and then come back and chill. And she was like, I was like, maybe you should do your internship in the city I'm staying in, so then we can spend an extended amount of time together. Because guess what? She can borrow my house to stay in, and we can just have fun after she's done, after she is done with her daily stuff of work from in her internship. Like, wouldn't that be fantastic? And she was like, you're right, I should do that. And I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, but hey, at least I said what I wanted to her. Isn't that great? I think she was here yesterday, but I'm not sure because she didn't tell me if she was here or not. I did say you should join because she was free yesterday. I was like, if you have time, you should join. And then she was like, okay, I'll see. She's like, she even was like, okay, it's a link on Discord, can you send it to me? And I was like, it's on Discord. So she clearly saw the link and joined, at least for a few minutes, if not the whole thing. But yeah, I did say there were 2 new people yesterday, and I have no idea who those people were. One of them was called Sleepy Sheep. I think the name was really fun. So cute. But yeah, yesterday was lots of fun. I had a lot of fun singing. Can't wait for the next singing Saturday. I always have so much fun singing. I'm so glad I decided to keep going with music. I think I would have died if I didn't actually keep going with music. I have a lot of things I'm interested in life, but then music has been the one thing I've said I wanted to do for the longest time. I've said it since I was 2 years old that I wanted to be a musician. And I do know that because other people told me that I'd said it for such a long time. But from whenever I think about what I said when people ask me what do you want to do in the future, it's always been I want to sing, I want to be a musician, I want to be a pop star. And yes, you do get ridiculed when you say stuff like that, but I don't care because I will do what I want to do, and I don't care what people say. At least I have conviction, if nothing else. I don't think I'm particularly talented or gifted, if that makes any sense. People do tell me my voice sounds nice, and all of the teachers I've ever had for music were like, your voice is really, really nice. And I've had a good sense of music for a very, very long time. I've written music for a very long time, and I learn pretty fast. So maybe that does mean maybe that does mean I'm supposed to be in this field. Yeah. Okay, I seriously should stop talking. I sound like I'm reminiscing about old age. In my old age. That's what I meant, actually. Reminiscing in my old age. That's what I sound like. Not gonna lie, that's pretty cute of me. But I don't want to be old. I don't know if it's I don't have a fear of being old or even a fear of dying, but I just find the idea of turning older weird. Even though it's quite normal and it happens to everyone, I still find it quite strange. So I'm I can't even think of myself being 30 years old or 40 years old. It's so far away that I can't think of it. So I'm maybe I'll just never be 40. I've called myself forever 20. Or forever 18 is better. You know, that'd be quite nice if you just stop aging at the age of 20. Isn't that fun? You just be 20 forever and ever and ever and ever. That's fun. I really should. It's been an hour since I stopped writing poems, and it's been an hour since I started talking. I feel the need to stop because I feel it's too much talking. So I'm gonna listen to myself for a change, you know, and be like, I'm valid, and say that's it for today's stream. But yeah, I really am thankful and appreciate and love that I get so much support. And I really love all of you. I'm giving you finger hearts even though you can't see it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Lore, for being here. I do adore whenever you come on stream. You're so fun to be to chat with. It's amazing. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll post the schedule soon. I won't forget this time. I hope. Bye. Love y'all. Mwah. Okay. Yep. Bye.